هاي عاملين ايه؟ انا معاكم ريم الجوهري النهارده من Hear Me Out the UPEI Podcast. النهارده في episode 2 احنا معانا UPEI alumni. هي she's that kind of student اللي هي she's very energetic وفن وفي كل الاكتيفيتيز وفي كل التريبس وفي كل الايفنتس وفي كل حاجه. لو في مشكله حتى في الجامعه هتلاقوها موجوده، هتلاقوها هي اللي عامله المشكله. she made it حتى لUPEI كندا. فاحنا معانا النهارده أمينا السعيد. هاي أمينة.
هاي ازيك؟ وحشتيني قوي.
وانتي كمان. It's been a year صح؟
It's been almost لا I went to Canada. It's been a year and a half. I haven't been on campus
بس يعني when you were back from Canada اتقابلنا
It's been a
وشوفنا
year,
وبعدين it's been a year وانتي
أيوة I
graduated.
graduated a year ago officially يعني.
طب عاملة ايه؟ How's life treating you دلوقتي؟
Adult life is very strange. موضوع مرعب قوي 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 و I don't have time ان انا اعمل اي حاجة ف everything's just touch and go. بس honestly يعني it's been a blast to have to start life. It feels like I'm finally running. It's no longer a walk.
You don't miss the old days?
No, I do. I miss having time to breathe. But it's exciting making my own decisions and feeling like the entire world's my oyster. I can do whatever I want at this point.
بس you're curious about what's coming أو في إيه بعد graduation بس في نفس الوقت you miss شوية أيام ما كنتي student.
I 100% miss being a student. High school and university. It's completely different. I do want to stay in academia and I feel like إن ده simply عشان أنا خايفة a step out of my comfort zone where this is my comfort zone. Even the drive back here, it feels like I'm coming back home. It was so surreal. It was so weird pulling up and everything looks the same but completely different. فلا هو I miss it. If it's between I miss it or am I enjoying this, I miss it.
Okay. طب واحنا بنتكلم وانا introduce you دلوقتي about the Canada part فانت كنت متحمسة واحنا بنتكلم كنت عايزة تكلمي على كندا اكتر. let's start باللي انت هتبصي فيه اكتر واللي انت حابة ان انت you're gonna add to it. اول حاجة هسألك عليها ليه بقى اخترتي ان انت تعملي transfer ده وتروحي UPEI كندا؟
So it's obviously a major appeal when I was applying and there's always that option to just pack up and go. You don't have to go through the hassle of transferring credits, which was great بالنسبة لي. عشان the easier it is, the more likely I'll do it. I've never seen snow. حاجات تافهة كده اللي هو I've never seen snow. I've never been to the Western world. It was so exciting. Well, I wanted to experience different cultures كده which I've said a billion times before. لا يعني كده Canada's appeal is insane. Transferring there and مش graduating from there بس اللي هو that final semester there was very important بالنسبة لي.
اوكي هي بصي هي مش حاجات تافهة السنو والحاجات دي انا عارفة ان هي بتبقى it's part of the experience ان انتي تروحي كندا وفي ايه في برد في سنو ايه اللي بيحصل. طب how was the university life بقى هناك UPEI Canada بقى؟
Okay, so it's huge. The campus is massive in comparison to any campus I've seen في مصر. I was in the dorms. I'd wake up before class 10 minutes مثلا, run in the snow, pajama underneath my snowsuit, whatever I was wearing. I'd stop in the middle to make a snow angel مثلا. It was insane. I had so much fun in terms of like campus life education برضو. It was extremely different عشان seeing how professors deliver the information was very, very different. I needed to learn a completely different style of receiving my education. Overall, it was really fun. I had a lot of fun, whether it be education, campus, whatever was happening afterwards. We would I ate so much poutine. It was amazing. You kind of had to figure life out on your own. ودي حاجة أنا عمري ما عملتها علشان I was always with my parents. I always thought I was independent لحد ما وصلت هناك completely لوحدي. وأمينة تصرفي with time difference you cannot rely on your parents for everything. فأنا دلوقتي I need to figure it out completely. I needed to buy utensils and cups, which I've never had to do. يعني I learned a lot but it was a lot more fun. يعني I feel like I left before the honeymoon phase of my trip was over. if that makes sense. عشان it was only for a semester.
بصي انتي you had the full experience. It's about learning abroad, going to another مش بس another university, another state, another country, the west, كل حاجة يعني يعني كذا حد ما بيقول لنا they had to buy things هم ما كانوش عارفين هم كان لازم يجيبوها. I don't know the cooking حتى يعني
exactly
ما بتعرفيش تطبخي and then you decided to cook.
Honestly هنا I didn't really cook much عشان the dorm building that I was in كانت a shared kitchen where I had like a pass to the dining hall, which برضو was a major perk عشان I never had to cook, I never had to worry about groceries, breakfast, lunch, dinner. I'd go to the dining hall. The food was amazing and extremely inclusive لحد vegetarian, which I am, which was a lot easier in Canada than it is here. And I discovered foods that I didn't even know existed. اللي هو I came back obsessed with poutine و apple crumble ومش عارفة أعملهم لنفسي. It's just not the same.
أنا كنت لسه هسألك بقى أنتي خدتي full experience وجربتي حاجات كلها وكده. طب في حاجة رجعتي بيها تاني لمصر؟ You brought back it's a habit, mindset, حاجة اتعلمتيها هناك إنه خلاص أنا هثبت ده. I'm gonna do this for good بقى في مصر في أي حتة.
I learned very quickly not to be spoon-fed. Well, this is something I didn't know I had a problem with أصلاً. I learned no matter how independent you are, you still need your parents at some point. You need a backbone, a support system, whatever it may be. To me, that was my parents were the Egyptian community of friends that I made there. عشان there is a huge Egyptian community there. بجد even though I may not have brought them back with me personally, I definitely feel like I always need a support system. I always need someone to talk to. Independence doesn't necessarily mean being by myself, being لوحدي completely. It does mean برضو at the end of the day إن في حد أقدر أروح له when I need it.
يعني you're gonna need your family by the end of the day. يعني محتاجاهم في حاجة. أكيد في الcommunity, الEgyptian community موجود. They're supporting. بس أنا فاهمة إن أنتي when you have your family أو siblings, it's a bit different.
Yeah, it is.
كنت لسه بتكلم مع حد من قريب, حد برضو جاي من UPEI Canada. He was telling us أصلاً لما تروحوا campus تحس إن أنتوا في مصر. فهده هو عرب هنا.
أيوة.
يعني you're familiar بكل الأشكال اللي أنت بتشوفيها في مصر هم دلوقتي هناك. And you keep going on يعني.
اللي هو there were certain people that I knew were going at the same time I was going, but I did not even know their faces. As soon as we got there, I'd hear بقول لك إيه in the background, and I'd immediately know like, oh, you came from universities of Canada. I know you. فاللي هو we'd turn around, we'd hug as if we were اللي هو احنا عايشين مع بعض بقالنا 20 سنة فاهمة. فلا you build a bond with the Egyptian community whether you like it or not. And most of the time الصراحة you like it. هو فعلا every time I turned a corner there was always someone new. There was always a familiar face that I'd be like I know you. فلا it was very comforting الصراحة.
طيب بالنسبة لك في كندا, what was your absolute best moment, favorite moment, the one you will take with you forever? هي معاكي على طول وحاسة إنه هي دي.
One?
More? You have more? يلا.
Okay, so as soon as I arrived, my bags didn't arrive. ده أكيد. But as soon as I arrived, I remember getting to the airport and I hadn't slept for like 48 hours مثلا. And I was dehydrated and tired. But as soon as I landed, my two friends, هما الاثنين مصطفى. فمصطفى we drove to the complete opposite side of Charlottetown and then we walked through all of Charlottetown. We watched the sunset, عدينا على كل stores, وروني downtown فين. They took me on an entire tour. I don't know how I was awake. I don't know how I remember it أصلاً. But so that was a very surreal moment صراحة because my parents were asleep هنا خلاص. وأنا كنت حاسة اللي هو it still hadn't clicked. I still hadn't completely fully realized إنه this is my life for the next 4 months. But that was honestly a core memory بالنسبة لي. One of the more fun moments was anytime there are a lot of campus parties on campus اللي هو organized by the SU, whatever it may be. Anytime there was a campus party, afterwards we'd all spend time. The party never ended when it ended. فاللي هو احنا بنكمل, and it was always the Egyptian community. It was always the Arabs, not even the Egyptian community. It was always Arabs. We had to continue the party wherever it may be, on campus, في lounge, في dorms. These were also really, really fun times.
You had your own bond معاهم.
Yeah.
صح? You just get each other. فعارفين ان انتوا the Egyptians and the Arabs, we just...
the Arabs بالذات اللي هو it wasn't, that's the thing, it wasn't just Egyptians. The Egyptians اللي هو we bonded like family, but the Arabs اللي هو خلاص we know your game اللي هو we're good, فاهمة؟
ومصطفى they were there before you.
No, one of them was there, one of them نزل معايا.
Okay. So you explored من أول مرة مع بعض كل حاجة.
أنا ومصطفى مسعود actually رحنا we discovered the entire thing together.
Okay.
So that was really fun. Thanksgiving was crazy. I'd never experienced Thanksgiving before. I knew what Thanksgiving was. بس بجد Thanksgiving أنا ما أعرفش يعني إيه Thanksgiving لحد ما وصلت كندا. I went with a friend to her hometown. We went to Murray Harbor. Her mom made us this massive feast. وأول مرة أحس إن حد مهتم إن أنا vegetarian وهو بيطبخ. وقعدت تقول لي ده فيه كذا وده ما فيهوش كذا وده ممكن تاكليه ومش عارفة إيه. فاللي هو that was also an amazing experience. So it was really close to Halloween.
Okay.
We carved pumpkins. We played with her dog. It was a very family experience.
بس that friend أنتي you made هناك في Canada, صح?
Yeah.
She was a new friend leaky.
She's fully Canadian, yeah.
Fully Canadian. You met at UPEI.
Yeah. Like she has the downtown accent. She has the sorry accent. فاهمة قصدي اللي هو she's full islander. And we're still friends. اللي هو I just talked to her actually on the way here. لا يعني this is someone I plan on visiting on a regular basis. هحاول اجيبها مصر بس نشوف.
يلا اعزميها في رمضان بالظبط. Your family you're gonna take care of her وناخدها. لا she's gonna enjoy. انا متأكدة.
اكيد.
طيب انا I want you to bring you back من كندا where we're gonna talk about UPEI هنا في Cairo Campus. بس انت شايف هي عينيها she's very happy وقاعدة تحكي لي على كندا, ولو قعدت اكتر من كده هي هتكمل. she doesn't mind ان هي تفضل مكملة. بس هرجعك تاني شوية وبعدين
gladly
بعد كده ممكن نتكلم براحتنا برضو اكتر. فانا كنت بشوفك في الايفنتس, في الاكتيفيتيز, في كل حاجة. انتي فعلا you're available everywhere, كنت بتحضري كل حاجة, ولا أنا it just happened إن أنا كنت بشوف صورك everywhere وبعرف إنه أمينة هنا, I know أمينة عشان كده كنت بشوفها في الحاجات. Selective site.
I think it was a little bit of both. I wouldn't say إن أنا كنت فاضية. أنا definitely ما كنتش فاضية. بس ما أعرفش actually. I don't know why I was so prominent in events and stuff. اللي هو I did try to participate as much as possible أكيد عشان بالنسبة لي that's the whole point of university. That's what my parents have been telling me. I really take pride in balancing education, which is something I learned after أول سنة الصراحة. This I did not know first year خالص. Balancing my education and the fun I get to have alongside with it. أكيد I found the trips extremely fun. I never wanted to miss a trip. ده برضو حاجة فيا. I have major FOMO إن أنا I never want to miss a trip. I never want to miss an event. If I miss an event, even if it wasn't something اللي هو I was made aware of prior, بحس اللي هو I wanted to be there. That's not fair. لا, I wanted to witness everything. I wanted to get the full experience وما حسش إن أنا فاتني أي حاجة in any way, shape or form. Being a part of those بالنسبة لي was a lot more important than إن أنا أقعد in a study room وأذاكر. هروح أذاكر. It's fine.
Since you're on campus, you're gonna enjoy your time. Then later on بقى هنذاكر وهنعمل كل الحاجات دي. Okay. طب what's your favorite memory on campus? هنا UPEI Cairo Campus.
Okay.
That makes you laugh وكل ما تفتكريها تحس إنها هي دي.
Okay, so this one's bittersweet, but it turned sweet صراحة. At the time it was very bittersweet. I have two. One is when كنا عاملين sound check للعفروتو concert I told my parents I was going to be home by like 12. That did not happen. It was really fun علشان it was everyone that's been organizing this event, everyone that I've bonded with because of organizing this event, everyone that I got to know so deeply very quickly. فاللي هو كانت حلوة قوي إن احنا we had like a little mini concert كده لوحدنا and it was really fun. It was really late. That's why it was bittersweet ساعتها علشان أنا طبعا روحت قال لي
انتي
يعني قالوا بس لا now looking back at it both me and my parents can laugh at it. The other one was it was a War and Peace course. It was War and Peace مع Dr. محمد الغيار we had this simulation where we each represented a country. بالنسبة لي this was when I genuinely felt like okay, this is what I want to do. I love this major. It was very interesting علشان we kind of like the students and I let our guards down وكنا عارفين ان احنا argue and debate stand up and stab each other in the back. It was really cool. I learned a lot from that course.
I love how you mixed ما بين انه you had your time on campus اتبسطتي قوي في campus life and events and activities and at the same time you brought up how you learned from your professor أو في الكورس أو عملتي ايه أو how it shaped you يعني. طيب خليني اخدك بقى ايه ناحية الgraduation شوية عشان أنا فاكرة شكلك كويس قوي. You were the first grad undergrads because we had the MBA then you were the first undergrad صح؟
Yeah.
أنا عارفة برضو إن أنتي you had the chance to graduate from Canada بس you chose to graduate here.
Yes.
I remember برضو أنتي بتقولي لي دلوقتي when you're talking about the family and you need them فأنا قلت أعرف منك السبب the real reason behind you graduating from Cairo campus.
There are two reasons. Okay, so one of the reasons was in I finished in the middle of the year. I finished after fall semester. صح? I finished after fall semester. I could have stayed for that extra semester, done a couple jobs, or I could have come to Egypt وارجع كندا وأعمل كده. بس it made more sense إن أنا graduate هنا عشان my friends من first year are here. دفعتي is here. My parents who my grandparents is a major one علشان هما they attended my high school graduation في الإمارات. هما نزلوا لي من مصر specifically to attend and they probably would have done the same for Canada. So I didn't want them to have to do that. Well, I did want to be able to hug my parents after my graduation. أبوي ما كانش هينزل لي by the way. مستحيل ما كانش هيقدر بالمشوار ده. بس he would have watched online, called me, sure, whatever. But at the same time, I wanted to have that for me. I wanted to retake like the pictures that I took for my high school graduation, for university graduation with my dad, with my mom. It was very important to me, obviously, برضو family.
When I remember that, يعني I saw you the whole time with your dad. كنتي معاه, كنتي you were happy إن هو موجود. هو كمان كان مبسوط قوي إن هو he was witnessing you. I understand how family is very important to you. يعني you came all the way here عشان you want your family and friends and all the comfort zone to witness your graduation.
أصل هم تعبوا قوي في my education. هم تعبوا أكتر مني probably. I know إن بالنسبة لهم it was extremely important. بالذات my mom, she's more sentimental. It was extremely important for her to see me graduate. Sorry. I didn't want to strip her of that opportunity. بالذات إن لا هم بجد تعبوا فيا. هم بجد حرام تعبوا فيا أكتر مني بكتير. بس it was very significant for them.
And that's very nice إن أنتي بس مش عايزة ده لنفسك إن هم you need their support بس you want to give back to them عشان هم تعبوا زي ما أنتي بتقولي and they've done a lot فأنتي you want to give back برضو.
أكيد.
طيب خليني أقولك بقى أنا فاكرة شكلك كويس قوي وأنتي واقفة وكنتي مستنية يلا يندهوا الاسم كنتي قاعدة بتضحكي وبصي شادي حتى كان بيجيب كان بيجيب your فيديو كان بيحصل إيه ساعتها أهي بصي
أيوة.
بس انتي وانتي ساعتها on stage بقى كنت حاسه بايه ساعتها؟ كان في ايه بيحصل؟ تضحكي، بتاخدي نفس، متوتره، you're anxious, you're proud, what was happening?
So I couldn't attend the entire rehearsal قبلها. I wasn't 100% sure what was going to happen, how it was going to go down, the nitty-gritty details of when I was going to give the card with my name, how long I was supposed to stand there. So that was the anxious
part. The logistics about the things.
And the high heels. Of course, the high heels were extremely stressful. But that was where the anxious part came in. I had graduated a semester prior. It wasn't, oh my God, finally I'm out of here, as much as it was, okay, I just need to make it past the stage. This is so exciting. I was so excited. I've seen pictures of my friends graduate, my family members graduate, and I've always looked at them with so much pride. I found, wow, that's your degree. You did that for yourself. That's so cool. Knowing that I'm going to pose for this picture now was insane بالنسبة لي. I kind of wanted yalla, and there was like a brief moment of, what are we gonna say? Who's gonna move? There was a brief moment of silence. Yalla, please.
Okay. طيب, if you had to go back one day before the graduation, what advice would you give to yourself?
Take more pictures during the graduation. I definitely did not take enough pictures during graduation. That's advice in terms of the actual day. Don't stress about who's there and who isn't. علشان the people who want to be there will be there. This I realized when someone I didn't expect to be there actually showed up and I didn't even tell them. That was honestly a surprise بالنسبة لي. And it meant a lot to me and they were there. In terms of long term, I would say, this is the point where you start your life. Everything prior to that was completely planned out for you. Everything prior to that was set in stone. This is what you're gonna do. All you have to do is do it. لا دلوقتي you get to decide what you do. And even though I graduated with an arts degree, I'm a teacher. I'm not technically fully working with my degree. It's a political science degree and I'm an English teacher. You get to make your own decisions completely now. And there's no right or wrong. Everything is gray. that دي برضو كانت stressful قوي الصراحة.
طيب أمينة، بصي احنا خدناكي بقى من كندا، جبناكي مصر، وبعدين اتكلمنا على graduation والفورث cohort واتكلمتي حتى على your family and how emotional you are، وكنت محتاجة ان هم يبقوا موجودين معاكي. فاحنا كده خلصنا القعدة، كانت لذيذة قوي. I'm so happy انه I had this with you. Thank you so much Amina, thank you for being at Hear Me Out, the podcast by UPEI.